Last October, in the quiet Mississippi town of Pascagoula, two local men confronted authorities with a rather bizarre story. Charles Hickson and Calvin Parker told of a strange craft landing near their fishing site and of being taken aboard by three unearthly creatures. The two men were questioned under hypnosis and lie detectors, but their story remained intact. One of the men suffered a nervous breakdown and is still under treatment.
Another day, another mystery. In the quaint, sleepy town of Pascagoula, Mississippi, nestled by the serene Pascagoula River, an extraordinary event unfolded on the night of October 11th, 1973. Two ordinary men, Calvin Parker and Charles Hickson, were thrust into the extraordinary, their lives forever altered by an encounter that would ingrain itself in the UFO history books. Charles Hickson, a 42-year-old robust shipyard foreman with a weathered face that told tales of years of hard work, and Calvin Parker, a fresh-faced 19-year-old shipyard worker, were both employed at the bustling Walker shipyard. After a grueling day of labor, they sought solace in the calm embrace of the Pascagoula River, hoping to unwind with some fishing at an old forgotten shipyard, its once vibrant activity now replaced by an eerie silence. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows and bathing the landscape in an ethereal glow, the tranquility was abruptly fractured by an unfamiliar whirring noise. It was a sound that seemed to defy the natural orchestra of the night, originating from an oval-shaped, bluish craft that descended from the heavens with an almost surreal grace.
We were sitting on the other side of the pier with our feet, over toward the river, fishing in the river. And the fish still wasn't biting, so I told Calvin, I said, well, we might as well go home. But I guess that was when I heard it. It was some kind of zipping sound. And when I turned around, in this area out here, about 40 or 50 feet out there, there was some kind of crab, it looked like it's going to come right onto the ground. But it came on down and hovered about a foot and a half or 2 feet off of the ground. We didn't know what to do, the river behind us and that out there not knowing what it was. So, and then before we had time to really do anything, it seemed like an opening appeared, toward the end, it was, toward us. And the blue light, it had blue flashing lights as it was, approaching the ground, but then they went out. And when the opening appeared, some source of light came from the inside. It was just almost blinding. Of course, we could see them in the opening coming from, when it started out to craft. But
did you think it was people coming out at first?
Well, they had. I kind of thought it was people at first, off like that. But of course, when they appeared there in front of me, it was the most shock I've ever had in my life.
What did you see?
Well, they were shorter than me. I'd say about 5'2" or 3, and they didn't have a neck. Their head, it seemed to come directly to their shoulders. And they had something, it came out to a point about where a nose would be, and on each side, the ears. And I believe that they looked like they were a little longer on the ears than the nose.
But still pointed the ears.
They were still pointing, yeah. But it seemed to me when they came out that doorway, or that opening, or whatever it was, then just almost instantly, they were right there on us. And their arms, they had arms, and I saw the arms moving here and in the shoulders. But they had webbed. I mean, their fingers were webbed, and then they had something like a thumb, and they were like this. Mm-hmm. They had me one on this arm like this, and on the other one, they had my other arm like that. And I just seemed to lift up to the same height they were off the ground, and we just moved into the craft.
Now, inside, how did they lay you out? Do you remember how it happened?
Yes. I didn't see any tables or chairs or anything in there. I'm not saying it wasn't in there because the light was almost blinding, but I didn't see any. And when they carried me inside, they seemed to just lean me back, And this eye, I keep referring to it as an eye, and it moved up to in front of me about this close. Mm-hmm. And it started right at my eyes, looking me right in the eye. Uh-huh. And it hesitated there for a few seconds, and it just started moving over my entire body. When they brought me from the craft along this area here, And they didn't drop me, you know, they just released me back to the ground. And I fell. I don't know why my legs were weak. I don't know why it was the fright or what it was, but I fell onto the ground. And that's when I seen Calvin. He's standing right over here in this area, and he was standing facing the river with his arms outstretched like that, just like he was staring at something. I think there has to be a reason why that Calvin and me was picked.
Maybe because you could take it.
Well, it might be. I don't know. I think that they know more of what's going on down here on this earth than we think. And I don't know. They might have been, you might say, looking for somebody that could, you might say, hold up under the strain and convince people that there is another world and there's some kind of life on that world.
The enormity of their experience weighed heavily on them, and they initially decided to keep it a secret. However, Hickson, fearing the potential implications of their encounter, decided to report it to the local sheriff. Their story was met with skepticism, but the sheriff was struck by their palpable fear and the consistency of their accounts. In an unexpected twist to their story, Hickson and Parker were unknowingly subjected to a secret recording by the skeptical sheriff and his deputy. Hoping to catch them in a lie, the officers left the two men alone in a room equipped with a hidden tape recorder. To their surprise, instead of revealing a hoax, the pair discussed a deep impact the encounter had on the two men, further fueling public interest and debate over their extraordinary experience.
We need to get around and let me tell Frank's married you. Sometimes, man, that's something like that, a spirit you strong down the net, you know? Jesus Christ.
You hear about something like that, but you can't believe it.
Yeah, you hear about it, I know, Calvin, I know.
There isn't something the United States can have up there.
No, it's good here.
They wouldn't have done no
Not what we seen, though. Not what we seen. It's something, and the Air Force and all know it's up there, too, see? And this ain't gonna be the only time it's gonna happen again. Until they...
Hey, Miss Susan, I like to have a heart attack tonight, ain't she?
Well, I know.
I come one down and
I know that scared me to death, too, something.
I'm just laying there crying right now, and I can't help
I know that. It's something that you can't get over in a lifetime, see? Jesus Christ.
What's so damn bad about it? Nobody believes it.
And I thought I had been through enough of hell on this earth, and now I got to go through something like that, see? But they could have, you know, I guess they could have harmed us, son. They could have done anything to us if they didn't hurt me.
Maybe why they just picked us up?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm telling you, man, I couldn't take much more than that.
I go home, go to bed, and get some nerve pills or something, see the doctor or something. I can't stand it. I'm about to go all the paces.
I'll take you by when they get through us, we'll go by the burn. I'll get you something to settle you down with so you get some damn sleep.
I can't sleep tonight like it is. I'm just laying here crazy.
But yeah, when he brought you out of that damn thing, and when he brought me out, well, I like to never in the hell, you know. God damn, I like to never in the hell got you straightened out, man.
But in Lawrence, I remember my arms, they just froze out just like that, and I couldn't move, just like I stepped on a damn rattlesnake.
But they didn't do me that way, though.
I passed out. I passed out. That's the first time I ever passed out in my life. Except for new medical records. Ain't either.
I've never seen one like that before in my life. It's like you can't make people believe that, though.
I don't know. Should you believe it or not?
They better wake up and start believing.
Damn
They
right.
better wake up and start believing.
Damn right.
They better wake up and start believing.
I can't figure out the damn door. You see how that door will come around on that side of the show?
Yeah, I don't know how to open something. I don't know.
I didn't see no door swing on.
I don't know how to open. I don't know
I
how
didn't
to
see it on.
You see something.
We look around, them damn blue lights and them some bitches are just like that, they come out.
Yeah, I know. You can't believe it. You can't make people believe it.
I paralyzed right there. I couldn't
They
move.
won't believe it on these days. They won't believe it on these days. Might be too late. I knew all along they was people from other worlds up there. I knew all along. I never thought it would happen to me.
You know yourself, I don't grade.
I know that.
I didn't say
I know
that.
that.
And you got accused of being on that boat and everything else, but I know what
Very little I drink. I drank some while ago when I got out of that damn thing to settle my damn nerves.
Hey, that's because I told you that, right? I told you one
And I'll probably take me a couple of drinks when I get in the house and make me
tell
sleep.
you something. If I thought it had my nerves, I'd go write something right now.
News of their encounter spread like wildfire, and soon the quiet town of Pascagoula was swarmed by media. Both men were subjected to a barrage of interviews, lie detector tests, and hypnosis sessions. Their story remained unwavering throughout, adding a layer of credibility that was hard to dismiss. Their encounter is now etched into UFO history as one of the most compelling cases. It sparked heated debates among skeptics and believers, prompted investigations by various UFO research organizations, and even drew the attention of the United States Coast Guard. The Pascagoula encounter had a profound impact on both men. Hickson, who passed away in 2011, dedicated the remainder of his life to sharing his story at UFO conventions and advocating for more research into extraterrestrial life. Parker, initially hesitant to discuss the incident, eventually penned a book detailing his experience.
The car was parked up here. Now, I don't remember this water right here being there because it was filled in. But the car was parked here. We was down at the pier fishing, and the craft landed probably 50 foot, 50, 100 foot from the car.
And it was grass like this?
Oh, like that out there.
Open marsh grass?
Yes, ma'am, big, tall grass, which it would have left an indentation in the grass if somebody had to come down here and look. But we went out fishing, and I was looking across at the old Coast Guard station, an old Noah ship that used to sit in there. And that's when it landed behind us. And we turned around, stood up, turned around and looked, and it must have been the door that opened where all the bright lights come out of.
But you saw the reflection first on the water?
I saw the blue lights reflecting across the water back this way. It looked like a patrol car or something where the lights was flashing. So we stood up, turned around, and looked, and that's when the bright light happened. And that's where they came out of the craft, and they come and picked us up then and took us back aboard. So took us aboard their craft, and then
The mechanical?
Right, the mechanical things, 3 of them did. Now the one I call the female, she never came out of the craft. In no time, they sent what I call the soldiers out, or ugly ones. They come out and got us.
But inside, once you were inside, now you were floated inside?
I floated
once you
inside.
Were inside, you were sort of at a 45-degree angle?
Yes, ma'am. I was laid back on my back, kind of at a 45-degree angle. And when they got us, they grabbed us by the shoulder right there. And that's when I felt the injection. So.
In there, you're about 45 minutes inside the ship?
Yes,
maybe
ma'am.
As much as that?
Yes, ma'am. It's hard to tell the time in there because, you know, you're scared and everything going by so fast. But we was in there, then they took us back out, set us down there, and that's where it all started.
And tell me what you were like when they set you back.
I was standing there facing the river with my arms stretched out like that. And I couldn't move them. I mean, I just took a minute just to get them freed up. And that's when I heard Charlie calling me in the back. And then it kind of limbered up. But he was down on the ground. I mean, he said he lost control of his legs. And I didn't lose control because I never had no control. So anyhow, Charlie was on the ground, and he kept saying, Calvin, Calvin, you okay? And that's when I turned around. Then we turned around and faced the craft, which is sitting right about here.
So it was still there
Yes, ma'am.
during that. While y'all were recovering, it was still sitting there.
Oh, yeah. And then the lights just disappeared. The bright light disappeared. And it took up, it picked straight up and went up a little ways, then it just disappeared like lightning. I mean, it was gone.
Calvin Parker passed away on August 24th, 2023 after a long-fought battle with kidney cancer. Their story remains a riveting tale of the unknown, a testament to the enduring human fascination with what lies beyond our world. Whether one chooses to believe in extraterrestrial life or dismisses it as fantasy, the story of Calvin Parker and Charles Hickson serves as a potent reminder that the universe is filled with mysteries that continue to baffle, intrigue, and captivate us. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, drop a like and a comment letting us know what you think about this incredible story. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to make sure you never miss one of our videos. We appreciate the support and we'll see you next time.